you get the link to everybody?
I put it in there. Some of them saw it. If you can help me send it to the people.
Is this echoing?
Good for you. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Well,
There's Francine. Do you have Travis and then?
I do not have Jonah on Facebook.
In Slack, maybe you can communicate. I don't know. It's so hard to not interrupt somebody when they're speaking when it's like
yeah, I didn't realize it was like hitting like super end of time.
Yeah, I know.
Travis, I don't think any of us have Jonah. You can get him this link.
I actually just sent him a message on Facebook. But yeah, putting it in Slack, I guess. Yeah.
Perfect. Hey, Jonah, if you want to continue finishing what you were saying.
Yes, let's see, where am I? Yeah, I think that was pretty much it. You know, getting to that last one was the fifth and final piece in there. Instead, we continue to come to a little bit more into formation, and yeah, West Coast tour. You know, that's where it's at. We all feel it. We're all in alignment with it right now. So I'm definitely in alignment with getting out there on that West Coast. I just actually came across a proposal that I had let a friend borrow on some movement going in. It has exactly kind of that layout of working through that West Coast, you know, and then going into the infinity loop, doing a 50 states, you know, movement, going around and hitting at least the U.S. before going ahead and seeing about moving into another country. So, yes, I thank you very much for listening and your attention. Appreciate y'all. I love y'all.
Perfect. Thank you. I would love to see if you can write anything up on what you just spoke about with colors and those teams and everything and put that in the Slack. I'm really enjoying seeing that and would love to see how we can move further with that.
Yeah, Jonah, I was actually going to say, Jonah, if you would like to work and do like a mind map on that, or like, yeah, work on a visual for that, I think it would be super valuable.
Absolutely. I would love to work with each and every one of you on this and the many other things that we're all working on. So same thing, I'm totally available as we continue to come together, and any assistance. I have an idea also for Doran and Source Network as well, and looking at with this movement and going in this West Coast. One of the things I was curating for the last years on this festival tour over on the West Coast already. They know me as a lion for the reason. I walked around with a lion mask and put a GoPro on top of it in its third eye position. So nobody really paid attention to the third eye, and it kept the scene and the atmosphere organic and natural at the same time, being able to capture spirit, being able to capture the essence of what's going on there. What I see is ambassadors and emissaries of this project of peace, love, unity, everything that comes about with that is that potentially we come in and we go live on that, and we have channels already of each of us sourcing back to us individually. We were carrying around, maybe using some type of technology like a GoPro or something small, some type of camera device. So we have not only action on the ground, reflecting what's happening in the now moment, but also having some standstill space holders like totems and art pieces out there that also where we can put potentially 360-degree cameras on them, and working with festivals to produce content for not only to give back to the festival as an offering and a thank you and gratitude for allowing us to participate in this space, but then thereafter to be able to use that content to continue to expand how we are bridging the new earth.
Cool. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. With that and with all things, yeah. The one thing that was really come through is, yeah, every single one of these ideas, all of us after this meeting, really getting into Slack and just being like the core concepts of what we've got down, and getting that into Slack so that we can all really have it in writing solidly. Perfect. Yeah, that's going to be really good once we can start really getting these solid ideas of, as we're moving around, how we can work and create these teams in the best way. Creating these different things is really good. Another thought that was coming through, West Coast tour. I agree. West Coast tour is where most of the energy is. And what I'm seeing is that this summer, it's like the core tour is West Coast tour, and that's where it's just like focusing all the energy there. And then we'll have an infinity loop that's literally just like for May and June, just going and swooping around the country just to grab people and bring them to the West Coast. So it's like we swoop there all the way to the East Coast and back, and drop people off the West Coast and just like swoop back and then drop people off at like Rainbow Gathering, and just do that to really bring as many people as possible into this and out to the West Coast where the core of the energy is going to be. Cool. Right on. Do you have anything else you want to add, Jonah, before we move on? Let Brittany kind of speak.
Peace, love, and bananas.
Peace, love, and bananas. Wonderful. I ate a banana this morning. Okay, Brittany, you want to speak a bit on all
Yeah.
you?
Actually, I had chocolate bananas this morning too. I made chocolate. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'd love to create like a visual for these different color movements. I like creating different focus groups on that. So thank you, Jenna, for bringing that up. And I would like to see, for the movements and the organizations that we already have that we're working with, I would like to put those on the website and kind of just, link up to, on like the Love Movement website. What is it? Love Move, or is it Move Love? Move Love?
It's move.love, but we're going to be using motion.love instead.
Okay, cool. That would be cool to get all these different, just like working with in partnership or whatever, so that we can link up with that. And that's awesome that Doran already has like a list of all the West Coast movements. Like getting in touch with them and seeing if we can get like tables, because as we can work with like nonprofit or church status, we won't have to pay to get into these different gatherings if we have representatives. So just communicating with them and seeing how many tickets we can kind of get for these festivals and gatherings. Let's see. I guess that's mostly it. I'm looking forward to seeing, and also I suppose we already have, a lot of movements that we're working with, but maybe even getting like a landing page up, for other movements, and like creating that structure so that people can sort of apply, like, what is your movement? I think Destiny has something similar going on. I'm not sure exactly what she's using it for, but it would be cool to get something like that up on the Move Love site.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, I see that. So getting the motion.love website to basically have who the movements are that are working with us. It's like, these are the movements that are directly traveling and directly a part of Infinite Love in Motion. And then we can link to their website, or we can help them create a page within our website so that everyone can be really represented. So nice and simple, but easy for anybody to view and see who is a core part of that.
Definitely. Yeah, cool. I'm excited. Okay. And also, I know Natural was talking about having like a hub, and so we definitely want to have like the structure outlined, like, if you want your movement represented, like, here is where to send like your lit or your stickers or whatever, so that we can sort of I mean, I guess I'm not sure, like, maybe that's a conversation we need to be having, is like how to best distribute these materials to represent the movements and spread all the love around. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Perfect.
that's about it for now. Yeah. Well, like, I guess I'd like to mention for Fruit the World, I mean, I've been having this vision too for spreading seeds around, and that's part of, my view for wanting to get like some sponsorship documents. That's another just little aspect, is spreading seeds, literally, and figuratively, around to people. So, yeah, just spreading seeds and giving people prosperity, and yeah, so I'm looking forward to collaborating. Oh yeah, and naturally you mentioned like it might take like a month. I might be able to have somebody work on it faster. She's like super fast, but as long as we get all the words that we need together, like, I don't know if anybody on this call is like a creative specialist or like good with graphic design and stuff, but we could probably get it together, yeah, soon, really soon.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. I have a few people who want to help, who have the graphic design aspects down.
Perfect.
So yeah, getting that one moving soon. And really, what that's going to be is everyone kind of getting a core idea. I have sort of a core idea of what basic parts we want in the sponsorship document, and then all the core movements saying, here's what my part of the movement is, here's what my part of the movement is. So each like core movement can have their own page and be well represented.
And for each of the movements that we're working with, it's like, I feel like some good questions to ask are, what, just what are some of your needs, and what are, what are some of the resources that you are willing to share, with the movement. So, and just kind of tap into that resource exchange too. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, but I think that's all. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you, guys. Love you all.
Love you. Okay. Francine, I don't know if you want to speak. If you have.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I would love to. Hi, guys. Sorry that there's no camera on this computer. If you guys could find me on Facebook, those of you that I've never met yet, I would love to connect there. So anyway, man, you guys are all so beautiful, so much information. Wow. I would just like to add that the last couple of years I've been traveling around the country working these conscious festivals where I got to put together Unified last year, and I got to street team. And in the middle of me street teaming last year, I kind of made my street team the best people that I knew from around the country. So they basically were called in at last minute helping Nathan build what you guys got to see as Unify. That was like the street team that we were working as emissaries around the country. And I got to go to all these festivals in the last couple of years. And this year I'm being asked to be on the core for like 3. And we're kicking off our tour at the portal of the New Earth. There's a bunch of women that I got to meet that are older to a lot younger that were kicking off a West Coast tour. And during the time of Oregon Eclipse, there's a grassroots festival that's being put on by my friend Wendy Owens in South Carolina in Pickens County. And we're posing to be on the West Coast for this whole year, from April to May to June. And then I'm supposed to be on the East Coast, and then I'm supposed to rally up everybody, and we're going to create this dream team, street team, where I'm also working with, Natural, with Peace, Love, and Unity. He's here in Santa Fe, New Mexico with me. And I had a couple of years ago a vision of, traveling around the country and bringing this light tour and working as emissaries of light to activate and to bring in the models of the new intentional centers that we want to build, to farming, to going to the jails, the rehabs, going to, you know, shelters, going into the schools and bringing the education that you don't get in schools to the actual cities, along with some plans to like clean up the cities and basically document the whole thing as we're doing it. And in the last couple of years, this year, I know that we're supposed to get really organized. So I just wanted to add that what I heard Jonah explain was off the hook, so incredible. I've had a vision about a year ago about creating a festival where we had the chakras. So where you'd walk in and you would have like a certain section just sectioned off for the root chakra, where you'd bring in the meditation, the yoga, the color, the music, the sound, the healing, the ceremony. And then you'd walk through the chakras and there would be like an opening and a closing ceremony. When he was speaking about his channeled vision of how to send out the emissaries of light street team, I was really floored with what we could actually do about that. The website that he was talking about that we could put together to get all of our gathered resources is really essential right now. And I'm 45 and I've been on the road for about 20 years. So I have like massive amount of resources that I would love to share that would be of use to all of us, including like introducing anybody who wants to. There's a lot of situations where here in New Mexico, we have a lot of underground and new stuff that's coming up. And I would love for people to come out here. I'm going to be out doing this grassroots festival, which women and men are putting together on the East Coast at the same time as Oregon Eclipse. One, I'm traveling around the country this year. I intend to build medicine water wheels. There's about 400 that are already built around the globe. So one of the things that Crystal Nation, my business is that I sell crystals and I sell gemstones, but really what Crystal Nation was ever supposed to be was a hub where the street team can sell everything that they make so we can make money on the road. So every festival that I go to this year, like I didn't have to pay for a space because of what I do. But I would like to bring in more people to have more access to those resources. So I kind of have this vision of a dream team, street team. And I have a way that we could put together a village that basically is the backbone of every conscious festival as we travel around the United States, basically also linking us into all of the global organizations that work around the globe. I do have access and resources connected to, you know, actors and Hollywood and people like that. And I haven't used any of these resources because, you know, there was going to be a day that we could, and it feels like that's about right now. And so I would love to meet up with everybody at the portal of the New Earth. That's where I'm traveling with the Nectar of the Goddess Temple. And that's where a lot of women get together and we put together workshops and we teach tantric and medicine wheel ceremonies, both for men and women. We're unifying in the divine masculine and the divine feminine, so we're all about that. I'm basically traveling with these tantric priestesses from the portal of the New Earth all the way up to Oregon, where I'll probably build a medicine water wheel for their eclipse. But I won't be there. I'll be in South Carolina for that one. And so for all the people who are on the East Coast who can't go to the West Coast, we're going to be holding down the other energetic connection to the West Coast. It's the only other place where you can actually see the eclipse in the United States. It'll be in South Carolina and in Oregon, from what I hear. And Zenergy is like the third festival following 11-11-11, which is connected to Scott Love, who runs 3 Days of Light Gathering in Asheville, North Carolina. And Wendy Owens is part of the Lovolution. Patrick Hennessy is part of the core team. We have like some of the best visionaries that have been working for a long time in the festival land who are going to be putting it on the East Coast. And so we're going to be holding down. There's a lot of people being called to Eclipse, and it's like almost like the light workers fiesta over there. There's like 12 major festivals backing up that one. And from what I heard, that's like a call for all light workers to go there. There's a lot of people who can't on the East Coast. So I'm going to hold it down over there with my buddies. And if you guys could all find me on Facebook and get in touch with me, that'd be awesome, where we can exchange phone numbers and be able to take it from there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for all that you guys have been sharing, because my mind is just like going off. It's like, wow. Thank you. You guys are all brilliant.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Francine. Wow, wow, wow. So much goodness. Awesome. Francine, are you on the Slack?
I am. Oh, wait. And there was something else I wanted to say. Unify didn't look like it was going to be able to happen this year, but we were talking about it, and I'm still holding space. So for those of you that are out there, I'm just asking for a prayer to hold space for Nathan Crane to, you know, we would love to have a sponsor. And part of what I hope that we can do this year is just make the right connections and do the work. And eventually it'll happen here in New Mexico again. We held a really beautiful container where it was sober. We had 2,500 people come here. The indigenous people really appreciated the activation of the land here. And it's my wish to build an intentional center out here in New Mexico. There's a lot of great places that are out here. So I kind of just wanted to say that, just to add that in, because I kind of, yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Thank you.
For that Unify Festival, yeah, I feel like that. I feel really strongly about that. I feel like
yes,
now, like we're a lot of us are bringing together every major movement on the planet right now. We're having a meeting next week on Wednesday. I'm going to connect to you on Facebook, because if you could come to that meeting next Wednesday, we have the goal is to bring together every major movement, from New Earth Nation to Ubuntu to Venus Project to Thrive movement, to every single major movement and minor to major, as a core council for the planet. And it'd be great to just say, this is the council, we're going to do Unify Festival together, and let's bring all our resources into this super festival.
That's what I think that we can do. I believe in that vision. Thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you, actually. You're all brilliant. And yeah, I'm just holding space for exactly that vision, that this could all happen eventually. It's going to. It's inevitable. Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate you.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, cool. Thank you all for speaking. I'm feeling, if anybody has anything that they really feel called to share further here, I'm very open to that. But I'm feeling really happy with what we've done so far. I would love for each of us to kind of say some closing words, say some action items where we're going. I would love if we can share what we've shared today in the Slack, so we can have it in writing. And I would also like to talk and see if you guys are open to having these meetings more regularly, maybe like a few times a week, especially right now as there's so much work to be done. Monday is the feeling I'm getting for maybe the next one. But if anybody else has anything they would like to add right now, floor is open.
Yes, I definitely would like to. I'm feeling we're gonna probably have another community gathering on Monday, and it would be great to have one after that, potentially, to be able to invite those that are at that gathering to this meeting as well, if we can maybe pull some more heads in. And like Jonah and Doran as well, I've also been feeling the call for the my mission has been on the East Coast for the last couple of years, doing that tour there. So I'm feeling the connection and really gathering and really bringing unity to all of the various communities on the West Coast is very important. And I would love to connect as soon as possible. You know, as far as with Doran, as if you want to anytime, I'm down to connect on as far as how we can really bring some grounding force to your open source vision that has been so many of ours. And I feel that, like Francine said, I think since she's gonna be there and there's a lot of the people that are gonna be at the port of the New Earth, let's try to make that as our portal to gather, and then if whoever can make it to Lucidity, make it there, and then as far as with the Lydia, as far as with the pamphlets and things like that, we have a lot of that already. We actually already have a lot of T-shirts already as well. For a lot of those colors you were actually mentioning, actually. So, and I'm seeing that being a good structure, for the various teams to be out there, and how we can all coordinate, and everybody, all those teams have their own bus, or their own RV to be able to connect and build, with each other. And I'm not sure how many. Maybe I'm thinking, like, since we got till May, I'm thinking like, if we can get those 5 or at least 4, at least 3 RVs, or at least maybe 5 bands or something like that together between all of our resources, maybe reach out on this next Wednesday call. You know what I mean? If we can have at least 5 RVs or opportunities for us to be able to do this now, so we don't have to wait for, I'm sure there's 5 RVs out there somewhere that can house, this, at least this core. Imagine this, us come together along with our little bit of people around us, you know what I mean? If we're even like, for example, like 10 more people, all coming together on those 5 RVs, those first RVs for that West Coast tour, to be able to occur, and then having, whenever Francine goes back over to East Coast, sending her with all of our materials and everything like that, so she can, and whoever else wants to be a part of the East Coast tour and the Infinite Love and Motion heading over towards that way, it's awesome. But as far as with a lot of the writing and a lot of the mind maps and the presentations and things like that, I've been working on them for a long time now, so I have a little bit of grounding force to be able to add to the flow. That's as far as some of the meditation and guidance that has been coming through to add to all of the missions. And it's complete open source, and however anybody wants to utilize it, just, feel free, but I can probably provide some of those mind maps and stuff on the Slack as well.
Beautiful. I'm rocking like 1% battery, so I think my thing's about to die, so I'm going to save my closing stuff now and let you guys keep flowing. I think Doran might have some good things to add regarding those RVs and buses, and he gave me a person to get in contact with, so I'll be contacting him soon. I'm going to be working on getting really into writing some of the core vision of how I see this sponsored document playing out, and then allow everyone else to flow with that. Getting a few of the people who have expressed interest in helping to start writing that. So I'll be putting that in the street team as well. And then really, I'm going to be looking back over this video later to really get in what everybody said and start putting all that down. So my request would just be, everyone can write down a bit of what they've had to share, put in the street team. That'd be great. Travis, since you mentioned the community gathering on Monday, if you can set a time for us to meet on Monday, and take the lead on that one, that would be super rad. Past that, just super, super happy that this coming together is happening. Super grateful for this council, and just super happy with this whole crew that showed up, and excited for where things are going. And just grateful and love you all, and looking forward to talking again soon.
Love you, brother. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Loving you, brother. Thank you.
Love you.
Oh, it is running.
Mm-hmm.
Love you so much.
I do have some things to say, unless someone wants to go next.
Get it.
All right. A couple of more elements. One thing is that we all have that vision where all of us are traveling around, and like everything we're doing together is all broadcast out to the world as a reality TV show, and everything we're all collectively doing is all multiple reality TV shows, and then documentaries are being formed in the process of everything happening, and films and concerts and all sorts of multimedia is being put out through all of our streams to the world. Then the bringing back the village element on the source.network website, the tabs across the top are actually like a plan for how to bring back the village in each village, as well as globally in an organized plan. So like, for example, we bring the community together in the park, and we have a carnival of love in which it's a singing, dancing, playing, laughing, drum circle, love jam. Everybody brings their instruments together. We did this in Ojai for like a year, every Sunday afternoon from 3 to 6. Drum circle, all different instruments gather. People sing and dance around the park. The kids gather. They play all the instruments. Set out a really, really free market. Everybody brings their free stuff, puts it out in the free market. We set up like a meditation station. We have like all the vendors. People come and it's all free. People just come to the park and just set up their wares, do their products, their services, whatever, psychics and, whatever, different vendors just set up. And then there's, this is to set the stage for the next phase. But what happens is everybody gets to know each other and builds rapport, and community really forms. Friendships and little community committees form. So like what we're setting the space for is this like carnival of love to bring people together for healing and togetherness. But then there's the vision project, which is all the people when they come together express what their highest vision is for that community. And then those causes are identified. Those go into that community's cause market. Cause market replaces the stock market in the whole world as every community builds up their causes. Then that core group that forms in that community, you form a sustainable economic development fund for that community, and a board of directors naturally forms. And then you have each core cause on that board as free energy, perfect health, sustainable shelters, sustainable clothing, happiness, spirit, divine education, abundance for all, honoring life, honoring earth. There's these, we have the source, we have these like 12 core principles. And we want that for each community, and then that's going to fractal out to the whole globe when we connect it all. And so we have the cause market, the sustainable funds. Then we have the one platform, the people's platform. The people come together, they form their bylaws for their community. So essentially that's what that is, like perfect health for all. All those things are your bylaws that the people are agreeing to what they want their community to be all about. And that you were open sourcing governance in each town by doing this process. Then you have every day as a holy day, every day is a holiday where literally every day events are filling up the schedule because people are together cooperatively. And we have 3 meals a day in the center of town, or 3 free meals in the community every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the whole community to come together. And on stage, you have music and presentations of the highest solutions and entertainment. And as that's one of the jobs, like each person in the community works 10 hours a week doing that one thing they love to do, whether you're an entertainer, an educator, you're doing the food production, the energy work, the healing, whatever those core roles are. So that's what we're bringing in is these cooperative communities, these cities of light. So this is like the bringing back the village blueprints for how to come into a town, do a carnival of love, bring the community together, vision together, identify the causes, form the bylaws, form that governance, that core governance crew, establish a calendar of events, and bring together 3 meals a day where the community comes together and lives in a cooperative village where everybody works 10 hours a week doing what they love to do. And that's just the gist of it. So like really getting that presentation organized so that we can take that with us and promote that out to the whole West Coast for the next month that says like, we're coming through. You can do it on your own, but we're coming through to help. And we have skilled people in every field that are going to come through and help with every area of that wheel and broadcast the whole thing to the planet so everybody in the world can copy exactly what the things we're doing. Yeah, we have the highest solutions and the highest vibrations, and all we have to do is just do it and then broadcast it. That's it. So, thank you.
Thank you, brother, indeed.
Yeah, thank you, brother, for sharing. Definitely a lot in alignment for sure.
We have 5 minutes on this Zoom call. We could do another if you guys want.
I'll add just a little bit in, if I may, to kind of do a little collaborative what Brittany spoke about yesterday with the seed planting. one of the downloads I had a couple years ago, and I put together a tour that was called Seeds of Divinity. And so it was essentially exactly what you just described right now, Doran, moving around. So yeah, obviously great alignment. What also came through though too several times was this notion that potentially this like reality TV show, you know, and the broadcasting of what we're doing, there is still that potentiality out there of that never happening, that it won't be broadcasted, but that doesn't stop us from doing what we're doing. Right? Exactly. But I just want us to like make sure, you know, just to kind of, we're not attached to those things, and we're in our third eye space. So it's just why we're all here together, and to remain in that space, you know, and staying true to our purpose, regardless, and not be attached to what the outcome at the end of that looks like, but the arch has already been set. So just looking really forward to the future, you know, with us coming together and really launching off, you know, on this New Earth, New You portal is a great time for us to go ahead and lock in and move. So that's it for me. I just wanted to add that in there. I had something else, but I'm not going to use that this time for now. I'll leave it open for Brittany if she has anything.
Francine, anything else?
Francine?
Hey guys, I'll be looking forward to speaking to you every week. And it was a brilliant conversation just now. And find me on Facebook. I'm really excited about us gathering together at the portal of the New Earth and to see how we bring together our resources. What you guys already have panned out and channeled as a blueprint sounds really, that template sounds like it's really going to work. Sounds like the beginning of something really special, and I thank you so much. I just want to say thank you to Great Spirit, and thanks to the Divine Mother. Thanks for bringing us all together here. Thank you for all the information. Thank you for the channels. Thank you for the gifts being shared. I appreciate you guys. Sending love.
Thank you.
Peace.
Sending love to you.
Blessings.
How about you, Brittany? Anything else? You there, Brittany? No, she's gone. But yes, Doran, to speak on real quickly about what you were saying. Oh, there you go, Brittany. What's up? You're muted. You're muted, sister.
I don't know.
There you go.
I don't think her volume works.
I don't know. Does this work better?
There we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you are.
So I was on I had a bigger speaker hooked up to it. Yeah, basically all I was gonna say is hello all you guys and look forward to collaborating. Thank you so much. Thank you. Love you all. Yeah, let's get it. Let's get everything we need.
Right.
Talk to y'all soon.
Thank you so much, sister, for being here. But yes, brother Doran, do you have that blueprint down? Do you have it written out as far as for the village?
Yeah, I could pull it all together, and I've done presentations too. Yes, all of it.
So that's a very.
I have a whole 2 boards actually. Did it at the One Love Experience in October, and in multiple places. I have video and the boards. Everything's ready. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's awesome. I had a very, very similar vision to be doing down here in Santa Fe, Albuquerque area. Mm-hmm. So it would be great to be able to start those before I leave out for the portal gathering here. So I think it would be great to have that blueprint and start it.
All right. Let's connect. I can give you, all you guys, anything you need for all this stuff. So
awesome. Give thanks. Anybody want to do closing prayer?
Sure.
Go ahead, brother.
Right. Just in closing, this is a ceremony I'd like to share with y'all on the daily ritual.
Got about half a minute.
30 seconds.
Half a minute. All right, well, let's close our eyes, right? And go right into that space, that heart space. May we come together as one, burning alive river stream of creation. May we honor each other, burning a sacred flame, all sisters and brothers.